Hey there, welcome to episode 11 where I'm in Paris, France. This is Annalie over here. She's gonna peek her head in a moment, maybe. Nope, she's just gonna have her hands. And I'm here with my entire family, and I'm so excited to share some of the things that we have been doing while we are in Paris celebrating Christmas together. We've been a year and a half planning this trip, and I think I'm pretty excited about two things. One is just the great deal that we got to get here, and two, just how easily entertained we are, which I think you'll find out. So enjoy. So I hope you enjoyed seeing the different scenes and photos from our family time here in Paris. We had a blast. A couple of tips I'd give, actually three, because I'm thinking three. Tip number one is getting an Airbnb for us was by far the best tip. Having a full access to kitchen just dramatically decreased our food costs, allowed us to pack lunches. And so definitely when you look at the price of eating out in Paris, this was allowed us to put money into other things, which I'll refer to next, which is number two. I had based a strategy on our time here using public transport as our primary means of getting around Paris. And I knew that there was talk of strikes and that there had been a strike. I just had no comprehension of how far-reaching the strikes were in Paris. And so basically our plan as far as using public transport was kind of shot. It was just gone. And so we had to kind of deal with the constant frustration of how do you get around when public transport was your primary means, which meant our transportation costs here were a lot higher, which we're glad that we saved on the food costs because it allowed us to then have to use Uber or other means to get around. And so fortunately we were close enough to the city center that we could walk a couple of miles and get to main sites, but it just didn't work for everything. And so we had to really kind of recalibrate that our transportation cost was just going to be higher because of having to rely on other means other than buses and trains and trams. Which leads to my third thing that I think for me, what I learned out of our family time together is the year plus it took to plan this was well worth it. If transportation was our biggest struggle, that was nothing. We figured out very quickly that we were just as content sitting around playing games as we were doing anything else. And so for us, that easy entertainment, we maximized buying our Louvre tickets online, which allowed us to go through a separate line and not have to wait to buy tickets. But again, I hope that you enjoyed just kind of seeing some of the fun that we had here. Everybody got to do their one thing that they had requested for their time here. So for us, that made it pretty easy to feel like we weren't just running all the time. But if you like this video, go ahead and like it down below. But I asked you to comment about if you could go anywhere with your family on a family trip to kind of bring everybody back together. Where would you want to go? Comment about that down below. And as always, subscribe and keep joining me on this journey of this vlog experience. Hope that you enjoyed, and we'll see you next week.